This is the naked truth about real estate investing. Your host, Javier, has already been through all the brain damage of this business, so you don't have to go through it. That way, you're not exposed to all of the risk of losing your shirt or getting caught with your pants down. So let's dive into another no BS episode right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the naked truth about real estate investing. I am your host, Javier Hinojo, and I apologize in advance. My throat doesn't hurt, but it's just my voice has gone from 4 days in Austin, Texas at the $1 billion boardroom mastermind. My voice is coming back, but who cares about me? Today we have Cody Yeh. He is in Toronto, Canada, and he's going to talk about real estate investing, the market, and a couple of other stuff. I thought originally he was from Ireland, but definitely he's not from Ireland, not with that last name. And I thought he was Scottish, definitely not Scottish. He's from Taiwan, immigrated to Canada, and we love Canadians. I can tell you that. I definitely love Canadians. I want to have more Canadians on the show. So, Cody, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself before I screw it up anymore?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Javier. So you captured everything right. Yes, I thought I was from Irish or Scotland, but no, I was born in Taiwan, immigrant to Canada at the age of 18. When I first came here, I just don't want to let my parents spend a lot of money on education. So I went ahead and picked a major that is the most efficient to get to a decent pay job, because I didn't know the game of money at that time. I just say, I don't want to burden to my family. So guess what? I'm from Taiwan. I'm kind of good at math, so I chose engineer. And
okay, so, Taiwan, Asian engineer, like that's definitely, definitely for sure.
Didn't see that coming, right?
No, they didn't. Definitely didn't see that coming.
So yeah, and then when I was in school, I learned a lot about engineering. I was, a decent engineer, but I found that what I learned in school did not give me the reason to get events in life, or not the reason. Give me a roadmap to get events in this money game in life, because I see a lot of people going through this, working their whole life, and just didn't get to where they want to get to soon enough, or just they're never there, right? So I know that finance and accounting is where lies a lot of the truth for the money game. So that's why, even though I took engineering, I was at nighttime, I was going to a lot of the accounting and finance class, and that's where I learned about stocks and option investing at first. But again, was not introduced to me in a way how it can impact my life. So fast forward there, I graduate. I work as a project engineer, project manager at Honda, the car company, Honda. And in the meantime, there was a time where I was, investing in Boeing stocks. A time where I met my day trading coach through a friend for 2 years, and then that's when I stabilized the stock option strategy that right now I teach. Have taught hundreds of students right now, and most of them are real estate investor, anywhere range from trying to buy their first house to their 10th, 20th property, or a lot of them are business owners as well. So I have a range of clients, but the goal is to help them. Like you said before the recording, is getting back their time. It's not about the overall return, but it's helping them get the most out of the time and least amount of stress.
Okay, yeah. One of the biggest things is as an entrepreneur, or even as trying to climb the corporate ladder, right? You will work 60, 70 hours a week, right? You'll sacrifice yourself, your family, your health, to get to that number, right? To that goal, whatever, if it's financial. But then when it comes down to your deathbed, you gladly give it all away for an extra year of life, So, like I've been through that grind. And one of my biggest things now is definitely, return on investment is great, but I look at my time, energy, and money. The more of those three that I hit, the higher my return. If I'm going to be very little time, I'm okay if I get a smaller return, because my time is more valuable. But ideally, you want to maximize them all. But I want to go back to something you said earlier. People go to school, or maybe they start a business. Like for you, you said you were connecting with people that were really, started their career, but weren't getting to that financial stability they needed to get, right? Even with a higher earning income, with a college degree. What do you think is holding them back, right? What is it? What's the number one thing that you see that holds people back?
That's the comfort and the salary, right?
Okay.
So the companies are really smart in the way that they pay you just enough so that you feel that you you can live,
Yeah.
but the job is what someone told me that's just over broke, right? And that's what
Yeah.
a job is for. But again, there's a lot of high paying jobs, but it's only with a small handful of people. So if you have those high paying jobs, leverage it, buy more real estate, buy more stocks, buy more real assets before you quit, right? But if you're like struggling with it, then sometimes it might make sense to just take the risk and do something that will, eventually yield you a highest return on your time. It might have to sacrifice and take that salary or reduce that salary, right? But it's totally worth it if you're the right type of people. If you're someone who, like you said, who has a trifecta, who believe, who built their own network, and who take action. But if you're not someone like that, you can't even do extra work on at night, on the weekdays, or do on the weekend. You have to get there then.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, comfort level, right? To get you the nice benefit package and all that, and it's like the golden handcuffs. That's what they call them, right? Like
Yeah.
you just can't leave. And I talk to people all the time that make really good money, and I know they can scale, in a different business, right? Whatever they put their time, energy, especially in, even if if they're starting in real estate or they're doing real estate. But that golden handcuffs is just like they just like that comfort, and it is
Mhm.
scary, especially if you're married, you got a couple of kids, and it's not just you, right? If you're single, I tell everybody, if I was single, man, I live in my car, I shower at the gym, you know, whatever, right? And I make it happen. But you got kids, you got a wife,
Yeah.
you got other responsibilities, right? Or you got a spouse. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's well said. I wanna hit another topic. You said trying to get the best return for your time, right?
Mhm.
So tell me, like, with your stock trading that you do now, um, tell me, like, how much time do you put into it? Like,
Yeah.
how does that
So
work?
when I first started, don't get me wrong, I was grinding, right? When I first started with the day trading, I was day trading the Asian market because I was working full time. It's more not a 9 to 5, more like a 7 to 6 job, right? So I could only trade at night. So literally after work, all those overtime, I go to gym, I work out, I run home, have dinner, shower, run in front of my computer, do some market analysis, read the news, trade for 1.5 hours, and then write report for 2 to 3 hours. That was my
Wow.
Monday to Friday. And whenever I'm not trading, I'm going to the real estate seminars because at that time
Okay.
I was trying to learn, right? I was sitting in the
Yeah.
back, trying to take notes, trying not to fall asleep, drive an hour back, drive an hour there. So that was my grinding period, right? But that's what it takes. But right now, when I say the highest return on time and lowest return on stress is, I'm teaching a method that's a modified version of what Warren Buffett used throughout his investing career. It's a way to you can finally, instead of gambling in the market, you can treat yourself as an insurance broker. You can sell insurance policy. You could potentially own a stock or a index fund or ETF you want to own at a cheaper price, and you get paid to do that. So basically, you get paid for that risk to own some stocks you want to own at a cheaper price, right? And after you own it, after if you ever have to own it at a cheaper price, you can rent to own it out, right? That's a real estate term. Rent to own it out, and you still generate more cash flow from there, waiting for it to come back to the same level or keep going higher, right? So
Well,
overall, it's a more risk averse way. And in terms of time, you know, hundreds of my alumni, some of them spend 30 minutes per day. Some of them spend 30 minutes per week. Some of them spend less than that per week, right? Just based on how comfortable they are. But it's a very scalable way. You do the same thing if you have 50,000, you do the same thing if you have 5 million. Of course, you work your way up, but that's what I call a scalable business, right? It's, I don't want to call it trading because we don't really trade much. It just, once you have the system set up, you just go in, do this. Now you see this, you do this, right? And the worst case, you own a stock you want to own at a discount price. Once you own it, you rent to own it out and generate more cash flow, generate more premium. And that's it.
I, I like that term, rent to own, right? Which now you got my curiosity. So just give me an example, right? Say, maybe throw some numbers out there, just
There you go.
hypothetical. Past results do not equal future results. There's my
Yeah.
disclaimer.
Disclaimer, whatever stocks I talk about, it doesn't reflect my own opinions on it.
There you go.
So I will use the Apple example because this is what I use throughout my webinars and throughout my mastermind. Apple is the biggest company, the biggest holdings in Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's portfolio. So I'm comfortable talking about this. So for example, right now, Apple is at around $160. Okay. So you say, hey, Cody, I've done all my fundamental analysis. Just say when you invest in real estate, you know the market, you know the city, you know the pocket, you know the GDP, you know the job diversification, you know what the city is going to do in terms of development, right? So you know all that. We do the same thing for the company. We know their business, where they're going to go 5, 10 years. Are they sticky? You know, all those stuff. Then once you've done that, you say, you know what, Cody, I'm okay owning the stock at the current price. Now, how can I own it for even cheaper? So to reduce my risk, have some equity in. As you know, all the real estate you win on the buy,
Sure.
right? You have some equity in, you already win. And then there's a downside buffer. So how do you do that in the stock market? A lot of people don't get it, is you can actually go sell a put option. That means you could go sell an insurance policy and say, hey, whoever's out there, I want to own Apple at 150. So 150 and 160, let's say roughly 8% off or 10% off. Let's call it 10% off. Okay, Cody, I want to own Apple for 10% off. I can go out, sell a policy, let's say at 150. That means I sign a contract and say, hey, if Apple is below 150, let's say a month out, I will buy Apple at 150 on that day. If it's lower than 150, I will buy at 150. But if it's anywhere higher, I don't have to buy Apple. Right then, you're going to be like, so Cody, what do you get in return? I get paid a premium. I'm just like an insurance company, right? I sell you an insurance contract. Worst case for me, I buy Apple at 150. Guess what? If it's above 150, we're right at 150.01. I keep all the premium you pay me. And a lot of time premiums between 1 to 4% per month for that kind of contract. 10% out, willing to own the stocks at 10% below the market price, and you can get paid 1 to 4% per month. And that is where my cash flow is coming from. That's where that allows me to quit my 6-figure job. That's where I basically agreed to buy a stocks I want to buy anyway. And now I get paid a premium on top. So usually I don't have to buy because I know the percentage going in that I need to buy. But when I don't need to buy, I keep all those premium, and that's my income, right? And that's 1 to 4%, right? For example, on that $150 contract, I might get paid about $300 per month. All right. So that's about 2%, right? Agreeing to buy 100 shares of Apple at 150. So that's about 2%, right? And sometimes it could be 3, it could be 4. If you say, Cody, I want to buy now, Apple 160, I think it'll go up. Cool. You sell a put option at 160, right? The market price, you'll get paid 4%, 5% sometimes, right? So that's the half of the strategy. You basically is that you get paid to buy off-market deals, but it's always on market.
There you go. That's awesome. Well, so if somebody wants to know more information on this part of investing, how do they get more information on this?
Yeah, so I believe I actually sent you the Facebook group link. We can, if you can put it in the show notes. There's more than 4,000 people, like-minded people. Most of them are real estate investor, and they're all interested in learning more about the strategy. So I run Facebook Live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and there's a lot of vlogs and my YouTube videos in there. So it's Stock Investing Canada US. That's the name of the Facebook group. That's right. That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Stock Invest. All right, so now let's switch it up to real estate. So tell me what in real estate.
Yeah, so real estate, I started in 2016. We bought a bungalow, in Toronto. We bought it for, I remember it was $526,000. At that time,
for $500K, nice.
Right now, who knows what that is? 1 point whatever million.
Yeah, for
now,
sure.
I haven't really looked at it. And then the second one was, another single family house. I thought I would stay in there if I work at Honda for 30 years. That never happened. We just sold it. And then we bought more single family and turned it into legal duplex, right? And I just bought another one that's single family. We're going to turn into legal triplex, right? We're going to turn the main property into legal duplex and then put a house in the back. I'll probably stay in the back, so I have the whole privacy because it's a very deep lot. And then the front will probably carry all the mortgage and all that. So I can move anywhere in the world and not have to worry about that. And then right now we're looking at, no spoiler, just rumors around us. We're a small group of our investors are looking at starting a real estate fund, and to focus on apartment building and some development. Some of our partners are doing very great stuff on some of the Caribbean islands and doing some development there. So instead of doing syndication all the time, we're considering starting a fund, and we're seriously considering that. And we have enough investors, giving us soft commitment and already good enough track record to do all that stuff.
Well, best of luck with the fund. That's definitely a way to go. Syndication model is great, but you got to call every day. Every time you got to raise money, you got to call them, right? So we got about 2 big projects, and I tell my wife, honey, we just went hard on a couple of projects, and she's like, oh, so I'm not going to see you for the next few weeks because I'm going to be on the phone. I'm East Coast. Most of my investors are in California. They got off of work at 5, 6. It's 8, 9 o'clock at night for me. So, be a little bit of work, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's why the fund is very, very important. Very important. So let me go back. I like kind of what you're doing. It's good growth. It's safe growth with the real estate. You buy a single family, turn it into a duplex, right? Buy a triplex with enough land that you can build another property in there. Yeah. Then you start buying even if you're buying at market price, you're adding value to it because you can add a house, you can turn it into a triplex, and then it carries your mortgage. So there's a lot of cool creative ways. You don't have to go buy 100 single family. You can buy 2, 3, 4, 5 and do that too. And you got 10 units, right? You buy five houses, you got 15 units, right? You got 15 units, you got 40 units. So you can do that. It's great because that's stuff you can usually do on your own or maybe with a partner. And then at the same time, you're working on your larger syndications and your larger project at the same time. But you're building your own portfolio on your own, yes?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So real estate is really where I get the net worth. That's where I get the money on top of my full-time job, my multiple business, like wholesaling, flipping business. Really, real estate is where I get those net worth boosts because it's leverage, right? 3 to 5 times it's leverage. So we get that net worth, and I take out those money, refinance it, or sold one of the ones that things underperforming, put those money in my trading account, and then generate more cash flow, spin it up there, split out usually 1 to 4% per month. We speed up the process, take that and buy bigger stuff.
There you go.
Right. Buy bigger stuff. Right. As the bigger property goes up, we refinance, take that money out into trading account, make more money, and we put it back to buy more real estate. Right. So instead of just on its one vehicle on its own, we have 2, 3 vehicle to increase our overall net income to speed up that wealth generation process. Right. So it's a cash flow play for me for the stock option. I'm not day trading or anything right now. It's just less than 30 minutes per day. I have a whole research team doing all the research. So I just show up, I look at it from my experience. I know what the market will roughly do, and I just make comments on it, and I make trades. I share it. Again, it's not stock advice, just for, entertaining, educational purpose, right? But people really appreciate that system, and then put the money where your mouth is, kind of thing.
Cody, I love it, man. I love your versatility. I definitely like that. That's my personality. Just make everything all work together. And I like the fact that you're buying your own projects on your own as well, and syndicating, and at the same time, you're in the stock market. So for everybody out there is like me that only sticks to real estate and wants to diversify and be as smart as Cody, right? He's got a Facebook group, Stock Investing Canada, US. That's why it says US. It's not us, Canada, us, right? That's the US. And he also has a mastermind program. Go to Cody, CODY, another YEH.com /mastermind program. So he's got a website and also Instagram, Cody _ YEH as well.
Cody _ YEH. Someone took the underscore.
Oh, come on. Just take it back. All right, 2 underscore. And you can follow him on Instagram. Cody, anything else that you'd like to share before I go to my favorite part of the show?
No, I think really you have it all. I think you're definitely attracting the right audience, and you're doing a lot of great things. So I really appreciate this experience. I just think a lot of people might only do one thing. Either it's real estate, or they might only do one thing, that's stock option. And I'm here to open people's mind and broaden their horizon to say both of them work really well hand in hand. Stock options for cash flow, real estate is for net worth. both of them will increase your net worth and generate or create generational wealth, and it will speed up the process. So don't just like narrow-minded, hey, stock options, gambling, or real estate is this, that. I done it both, so I talk about both, and I see the benefit of it.
Perfect. Cool. Awesome. So let me get to the best part of the show, and let me know when you see my screen. I forgot to ask you if you had kids, you were married. But,
No, not yet. Not yet. Long-term
okay,
partner. Definitely thinking about it, and we could do the key thing about working this hard in the younger ages, that so that when I have kids, I can spend a lot more time with them. That's
sure.
the whole point.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the whole point. You see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to ask you 3 random questions, and you're going to answer. And this is the Naked Truth Roulette for Cody. And here we go. Let's spin the first one. I wish I was in my office, my studio, because I have some really cool sound effects, and I don't want to do them with my voice. First question for Cody, and right to the point. If you could take any celebrity on a date, who would it be?
Well, that's a good question. I don't usually admire celebrity. I think they're normal people as well, but they work really hard. I'll say I'll probably take Will Smith on a date. I just thought he's really cool and he has a lot of inspiring story. Yeah, or maybe what's the other person's name? Not the rapper, Kevin Hart. Because Kevin Hart invests in real estate as well. I know he's doing a lot of cool stuff too.
Awesome. All right. Will Smith and Kevin Hart are on the top 3. Well, that's 2 of my top favorite actors. Two of my top 5 favorite actors. So can't go bad. Can't go bad with that. All right. Second question for Cody. Oh yeah. What is the worst chore to do around the house?
Say the worst chore for me is bookkeeping. That's not even chores. For me, the worst chores is washing dishes.
Washing dishes. Oh my goodness. That's my favorite thing to do. I love to wash dishes. I don't put them away. I am going to write a book one day. I already got the website. It's called Real Men Wash Dishes. And I don't even know what it's about, but I like the title.
Love it.
All right. Third question for Cody. Here we go. On the Naked Truth Roulette. Let's see what we got. What do we got? We can't use the same one again, because I put this one in like 5 times because I want to make sure that my guests get the celebrity one, because I want to put him on the spot.
You want a higher chance of it? Just put in more.
Higher chance. Yeah, put in more. Sure. So I got to keep rolling this roulette.
Man, I love this.
I should probably ask it. I should probably ask the same question. Who's a favorite person? Who's the second person? And sometimes you get it back to back. But here we go. Let's see. Third question for Cody is, if you can hang out with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Wow, any cartoon character. Well, since the cartoon is all animation, right? So I mean, maybe Simpson will be fun. I think he will be a good drinking buddy.
There you go. Of course. Homer Simpson?
Yeah, Homer Simpson.
That's a good one. Nobody ever said that one before. Homer Simpson. All right. So you take Will Smith or Kevin Hart. You don't like washing dishes, and you want to go drinking with Homer Simpson. Look, Cody, you know what that tells me? You're very diverse, just like your investment portfolio. Look at that. Perfect. Exactly. You got all these people you chose. So I appreciate you being on the Naked Truth Roulette, being a good sport, and answering those questions. And if you guys want to reach out to Cody, reach out to him. He's got a YouTube channel as well. We're going to make sure we put all the links in the show notes to all his social media. Go check him out. Great story. Immigrated at 18 years old. Lives in Canada. We love Canadians. And is diversifying in stock options, real estate, and syndications. Thank you, Cody, for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Javier.
All right. It can be very time-consuming. It can be very scary. It could be like trying to get somewhere without a roadmap, right? So that's why I created this due diligence list when I buy a property. When I buy an apartment building, even a mobile home park, you can use it for, mostly pretty much any commercial property. But this one specifically is for a multifamily. It could be a 6 unit. It could be a 600 unit. You can use it, for what you like. So go ahead and sign up, put your name, email. I'll send you the free link to my due diligence. This is what I've used to buy, hundreds and hundreds of units, if not, thousands of units. So sign up, you get my link. You get an Excel sheet as well. And also we use the software, project management software, Monday.com. Feel free to sign up for a free trial. I do have an affiliate link. You don't pay any extra, right? They just pay me a small fee. Don't have to use it. You have the Excel spreadsheet, but if you use Monday.com, it's actually a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot prettier, and you can do a whole bunch of other stuff. There's even a video there I created in the link. So check the link, sign up, and this is my giveaway for you guys. Thank you so much. Take care.
You're invited to leave an honest written review and share this episode with a friend. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.